All right, everybody, welcome to the Behind the Showdown podcast. I'm your host, AJ. Here, my co-host, Logan,
Hello.
Will,
I've got a bone to pick with you.
Ian,
Back go.
fucking Aaron Rodgers fan. So, Ian, last episode, you rudely left right after the episode aired. Do you want to tell the people why?
I did, because the quote commissioner here has a habit of just ridiculous and uh cruel and unfair slander against the greatest of all time, and Aaron Rodgers, who's the most talented quarterback of all time. And I will not stand for any of that. In this country, we don't stand for treason. We don't stand for terrorism.
That's
And
why I
I
don't root for
think
the
we'll
Jets.
stand
I'm
against
not a
terrorism.
terrorist.
So
Last time, fun fact, the last time I remember a jet being popular in the news, it's either falling on people's heads or it's taking out two towers. So, if we're talking about
Oh
patriotism,
my god.
Jets ain't it, good sir. And Aaron Rodgers being on that team makes it borderline communist. So,
What? Okay. You have to think about it. The New York Jets is kind of that's kind of a dark humor now that you think of it.
well, yeah, the Giants and the
That's
Jets.
why they're cursed, Ian.
It
This
was
is why the
funny.
Jets are cursed.
yeah, for real.
It's funny. I think somebody mentioned that the Giants and the Jets. I think it was last year. I'm gonna look it up. Jets versus Giants.
Oh god.
I think it was on 9/11. I'm not joking.
Cripple fight.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, dude, that 13-10 game was so bad.
It was a
Oh my
week. It was a
God.
week before. It was.
Oh, that
It
was
was the
bad.
week. No, wait, September, October. Never mind.
That game was so bad. Like
Oh,
Zach
that was the
Wilson
worst
was
game
so
ever. Oh my God.
it was the most painful game to watch
Yeah,
ever.
that was awful.
No, do you know what the most painful game to watch last year was?
The Nebraska-Iowa game on offense. Holy crap.
Oh my god.
We
Stop.
should
I
have
was
like
there.
80 yards of offense. Ugh.
Yeah, this was the most painful game I ever. Funny enough, the score's the dead same.
Yep.
Right.
Hey, hey, hey,
The
the
dead
Iowa
same.
might only be able to score 13 points next year because I guess Cade McNamara is absolute dog shit.
Yeah, how in the fuck did Iowa win 10 games with an offense that bad?
Well, go through their scores.
Because their
They only allow,
defense.
they only allow like 13 points a game. So
Yeah, like they just have to hold people under the amount they
right,
can score.
and
They
can
could
do
they
it.
beat South Dakota State 7-3. That says a lot.
Right.
I am still pissed about the fact that that Nebraska, and you just awoken from last year. I completely numbed this out of my brain. They were tied because they fumbled the bag and they said, "All right, you guys get the option of offense or defense. Which one do you want to take?" And Nebraska, stupidly enough, decided to say, "Oh well, we'll take defense."
They didn't go to
Right.
overtime, Will.
No,
God,
he's thinking of Wisconsin, I think.
yeah.
Well, and
Yeah,
that was
Wisconsin.
smart to take defense because
You get
I
a
mean,
stop or a
Best
pick.
cover corner comes
Oh,
out.
sweet
They
Jesus.
immediately attack. They put CeeDee Lamb on the outside. You have to.
What
All
are
right,
you
well-
doing?
Well,
there
okay.
you go, Dak. Let's get it,
well,
Dak.
here's
Yeah,
what-
Dak. Ooh.
MVP
All right.
caliber
Looking
quarterback.
at a weak Patriots
I'm gonna-
team.
You should
You
compare
guys
his
keep
pass
talking.
to
You guys
Jalen
keep saying
Hurts.
nice things about Dak Prescott. You're getting muted. So this week we're gonna start off before we get into our AFC South, North, East, West, all of them. We're gonna into the AFC North. We're gonna talk about how we feel about CeeDee Lamb, who's probably not gonna be a Cowboy at the end of the year. Maybe even
Oh, he is.
season
He
starts.
is.
No, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't know what the hell is going on, but the one thing I do know is that everybody right now in that organization hates Jerry Jones. Like that is like the one consistent thing. Because I mentioned I wanted to talk about this because I got a hot take. They're gonna lose Dak and CD at the end of the year.
End of
They're
next
only
year?
going to keep.
Oh my
They
god.
will only keep Micah.
No.
Look, Dak Prescott's been talking a
What?
lot about how he doesn't need Dallas and like, oh, well, it's a business, it's a
When has
business.
he said that?
He said it's a business I understand and I have my options.
That
Yes,
doesn't
he
mean
does.
it
He has
doesn't mean that he's
leverage.
gonna
He has
leave.
options because he's an MVP caliber quarterback last year, and he's a
Yeah, and
top 10
now for some
quarterback, whether you
reason,
like it or not.
but here's the thing. And so Ian and I talked about this on the phone, but like it's very weird because nobody like fucking knows why this is happening or why like because if literally like I've told Ian in private, I was like, I know for a fact there's one guy getting paid and it's CD Lamb. And then this shit happened, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore.
Okay, so I mean, I think all three of them will still be Cowboys, and I guarantee you at least two of them will be.
Hey, look, he's cooking the Eagles, bro.
And
Oh
and-
shit.
and there's a 100% probability that CeeDee Lamb will be a Dallas Cowboy.
No,
There are
I disagree.
always
I think
tough
that
issues in negotiations. There's drama in these negotiations. Lamar had the same thing with Baltimore for 2 years. Many other players have. Jamar Chase had it with Cincinnati last year.
T. Higgins.
They
Why does it
are
keep showing
going to
Eagle
be-
stuff?
Yes. Yes.
There we go.
Yes. You guys
I
won
have-
that game. It didn't matter.
No, that
I
was
have-
that second game we lost.
They
have a
should
very
show that
controversial
game in
opinion
Dallas.
about
That
that
was
guy.
a fun one.
Oh wait, no, that was the one in Philly. My bad. Yeah, that's the one we won.
They should show the one in Dallas. That one was good.
Oh my gosh. Why are they showing highlights against the Giants? They were so bad.
Get
Dallas
the Eagles
won this
highlights
game.
on.
You know what?
Dallas-
I like
They
Ian's
changed
frame of
it
mind. We're
about-
gonna have Jalen Hurts
Oh my
Python in the
god.
back. Well, but
They
here's
didn't show
the
his
thing.
17 picks.
Hey, you deleted your questionable history where you open your podcast, right?
Well, yeah. Would you see something or something? What the hell did you see?
Jalen Hurts.
He's freaking out.
What?
Yeah, well, I looked up what his
What?
was, so I
What?
was finding out if I could kill him.
AJ was seeing if he was married. He wanted.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
AJ,
He,
what are you doing?
We're gonna have Jalen Hurts highlights.
Why?
Yeah, have you guys seen that meme from that? Like, it's the Jeffrey Dahmer Netflix thing.
I'll see.
Oh,
Great.
God.
Tavon Austin highlights, dude.
Oh boy, this is
Why
great.
are you watching him cook the Patriots? It don't matter.
Look, here's
Justin Fields cooked the Patriots.
listen.
Anyone can.
it's not his fault. It's NFL decided the first game to him to cover was the New York Giants, or not New York Giants. the New England
Look,
Patriots.
I honestly think CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott are not going to be with the I almost said the Eagles next year with the you know what? They will definitely not be with the Eagles next year. That I can confirm. Even though
Dude, this game was awesome watching the Vikings get their lose. Because our
Yes, that
roommate
was
was
great.
our roommate last year was a Vikings fan, and we heard him raging.
good.
You remember that, Ian?
Yeah, dude, fuck that guy.
Well, but so I think CeeDee Lamb
was
and
he
Dak
was
are
a
not going to
good
be with the Cowboys just because I think Dak Prescott, I honestly think they're not going to pay him no matter what.
Dude, they're literally just showing the tush push.
Okay. So they will pay Dak.
No, they won't.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
So
fuck them. Yeah,
So, I
fuck the
mean, like,
Vikings.
he just has to have another season similar to what he had last year.
No,
which
they're not going
was
to pay him.
MVP
It doesn't
caliber.
matter. Listen,
What?
this is a different situation because it doesn't matter how good of a season he has. They
So-
never win a playoff game.
They're gonna let a quarterback who has an MVP caliber season possibly walk.
Yes.
No, they're
Dude,
not.
Listen,
Nobody's
I am
done
not
that.
paying $60 million for somebody who is not going to fucking get me a Super Bowl. I'm sorry. It's not happening.
They will, because
No.
then who are you taking a risk on? Either Quinn
Listen.
Ewers or Shadeur Sanders?
I don't know who, but just
That's
not
who your
him.
options are.
Ian, it's not like Dak Prescott's a rookie and we're throwing the towel on him after 1 year. He's had like half a decade or more to do this, and he's never come close.
Okay, it is not on him, not at all.
Yeah,
Not
he's
at
had two
all.
different coaches. They've always been good. And the one commonality.
AJ,
Jason
he's
Garrett
due
has
for
not
over
been good. Are you
4,000
kidding
yards.
me?
Yeah.
Did you see Jason Garrett with the Giants?
Yeah, I also watched Dak Prescott absolutely shit his pants when he stared at that Packers defense for the first time. So I'm
Yes,
sorry.
I know that. Joe Barry scares us all. But
he didn't scare you. You wanted him fired all year.
yeah, I know. I was being sarcastic. I compared him to Hitler many times.
That is a fact.
But like so like it's just to me like what's very frustrating about all this is that like I honestly don't understand why like you would pay him, because if you're going to pay somebody like that much money, like Jordan Love, I would argue he just got unlucky and they were knocking on the door to the NFC Championship game. So it's like, okay, and that was his first year too. So it's like,
Right.
wow, this guy's got potential. Dak Prescott has the only times he's ever come close is when they were the 1 seed, just for them to fucking lose to guess who? Green Bay. So like it's again, Dak Prescott is proven a lot in the regular season, but with the amount of times he has not done well in the playoffs or been basically handed the keys to make it to the NFC Championship game, and he gets like, and they choke at the last second or they get destroyed.
Well, 1 year they got beat by the Niners, who literally went almost to the Super Bowl that year.
And in that Packers game that you're talking about in the divisional round, they were on the doorstep of going to the NFC Championship if Aaron Rodgers did not make one of the greatest throws of all time to Jared Cook down the sideline.
Okay, well, fine, but they also lost to the youngest football team in years to ever make the playoffs. And like, what's really crazy to me is like they didn't.
But that's also on Mike McCarthy. I mean, this is a thing with McCarthy that his teams are consistently unprepared.
Yeah.
In the playoffs for teams that they are better than.
Yeah, but like, listen, the amount of times
Mike McCarthy,
it doesn't matter the amount of times they've been
many times, and now it is in Dallas.
Dude,
His
it doesn't
teams
matter.
Are now prepared for the playoffs.
If I'm Dallas management, like I am not paying him. He does not proven that he's worth that much money in that organization.
Well, okay, yes, he has, because
no, he hasn't.
Okay, he is an MVP caliber quarterback. And
okay, Ian, how many rings?
He's better than Romo.
How many rings?
You don't need rings. Lamar
yes,
has
you
no
do.
rings.
How many rings does Jalen Hurts have?
Okay, listen.
0.
Listen, at the very least, Jalen Hurts can say he touched a Super Bowl field while he was playing to fight for it. And also, Jalen Hurts has the greatest Super Bowl performance in the history of the NFL.
By your same argument, you would not have paid Lamar Jackson, would you?
What?
So then, like, by your same argument, you are arguing that the Ravens should have let Lamar Jackson walk.
How many Super Bowls has Lamar Jackson appeared in?
0.
How many AFC Championship games?
1.
So is that statistically further than Prescott's ever gone?
Yes.
Then he has more of a reason to get paid than Prescott does.
He already got paid.
Seriously? No. Okay.
Yeah. No, Ian, I'm being dead serious. He has made it further than Prescott has. Prescott's good, but the problem is that the Cowboys clearly cannot do anything with him. He needs to go. It's not working.
It is.
That's like saying that the Bengals
Belichick,
get rid of
would they make it farther?
Burrow if he can't in the next 2 years win a Super Bowl. That's
but he's been to a Super Bowl, right?
Yes.
And that argument's stupid.
They still lost.
No, stop.
Playoff.
Argument stops right there. The argument is he's not been to a Super Bowl, not even sniffed an NFC Championship. Joe Burrow's been to the Super Bowl and damn near won it. Therefore, that argument doesn't apply here.
Either has Aaron Rodgers. Does that make Aaron Rodgers bad in the last?
Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm saying he still hasn't made it.
No, but Aaron Rodgers has proven that he can win a Super Bowl. And also not choke in the playoffs. He's done it before, but he's at least gone and won the whole thing.
So let's not put those two on the same stratosphere. Rodgers has won 4 MVPs. Dak has not. Let's Let's make that one clear.
Well, but don't put Jalen Hurts
but-
and Dak on the same pedestal because one's been to the Super Bowl, the other hasn't sniffed it.
That doesn't make him better, AJ.
It does.
No,
Rex
it doesn't.
Grossman also went to a Super Bowl.
Does that make him better than fucking Tom
right.
Brady? No.
But let's not say better than, worthy of getting the money more. Like, who would you rather pay, Jalen Hurts or Dak Prescott, that $60 million?
Oh, I'd rather pay Jalen Hurts that.
Why?
Because of the age. Right now,
The
he's
age.
more upside
Really
at
good.
the age.
Okay, take out age. Why would you want to? Why would you? What are the arguments to pay Hurts over Prescott?
Age can never be relevant in the conversation ever for any contract.
Look, I'm asking you a
Not Brady
question.
or
Like,
Aaron
other than age, what's the reasoning?
He was third in MVP voting in his second year starting,
Okay,
and he went to a Super Bowl.
so then name, other than Dak Prescott, has almost won the MVP. What's the reason to pay him?
He is statistically a top 10 quarterback in the league.
Throws
Okay.
for over
He wins a
30
lot of
touchdown
games.
passes a year.
Right. And he wins games. He does.
He wins games, not when it matters.
Hmm.
So
In my opinion, kind of the whole fucking point.
that's it's okay. I don't want to make excuses for him. Like, his performance last year against the Packers was inexcusable. But so was the coaching. And so was the defense. And there is so many other factors that go into
But the
that.
thing is, you're
other than
putting all
Dak.
the blame on Dak.
No, I'm telling you,
You
like, listen,
can't put that on Dak.
you're right.
because-
You can't. But guess what? Okay, you know what? We're gonna find the photo
So-
now.
Then okay, so then is Quinn Ewers getting to a Super Bowl if you draft him now?
Who?
Quinn Ewers. Or is I guess Shedeur Sanders getting to a Super Bowl if you draft him? Is
Well,
Carson
I-
Beck getting
again-
to a Super Bowl in his first year?
Again, I don't
come
know
on.
because I haven't seen him play in the NFL. I've seen
Who's
Prescott
going to
play
be
in the
better than
NFL.
him?
What?
Okay, who's going to be better than Dak Prescott? That is so hard to assume. Just pay him.
Look, no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
What?
That's
It's
like
so
saying
hard
that's
to
like
assume.
saying that was like saying that even any rookie quarterback was going to be better than a veteran.
Well, what the Cowboys should have done was, if they were going to do something like this, like, they should have traded somebody for that, or traded up for that first overall pick, so that way they could have let Prescott walk and gotten like a Caleb Williams or a Jaden Daniels in this most previous draft.
Well,
Like, if
but
they were ever going to make a
even
move, it would have
then,
been recently.
there is no likelihood that they're better than Dak. Like, you don't know that.
Well, listen, you know what matters to me right now? If I'm a member of the Cowboys organization, what matters far more to me is getting to a Super Bowl. And if my quarterback cannot do that, then you are not meeting the goals. Listen, you can do
It's
like
the
you
organization that can't get there.
listen, I can sit down and take a practice test 50 times, ace it 48 of the 50 times, but when I sit down to take the test, if I fail it, then those practices were all for nothing.
You are taking the test alone. Dak is not taking his test alone.
Yeah, he had the best offense around him, and he still couldn't do it. And yes, it's on their coaching too, but guess what? Prescott and Mike McCarthy probably need to go. Pay CD, pay Micah.
So they had a top 10 defense throughout the regular season, right? And then that top 10 defense, which was top 5 throughout most of the year, allowed 48 points.
You're
in
right,
the
but
playoffs.
also how many?
That's
But
inexcusable. 500
what-
yards. 500
many-
yards.
look, that entire game was inexcusable. But it's not like this is the first year it's happened. It's not like, oh, it was a freak thing that happened once. Prescott has consistently not performed well in the postseason. So, in my opinion, it is no
The team
longer a matter
hasn't.
of like, oh,
The
can
defense
he
never
do it?
has.
The
Now-
thing is,
Coach never
AJ, your
has.
point is you're trying to say that it's on the team. It was so. Is it because it like when the Packers would lose to or lost to the 49ers in the playoffs, it wasn't because Jordan Love underapproved?
Right.
You can't blame it on one player. The whole, like Ian
No,
said,
but he's
200
part of the
yards allowed.
problem.
They couldn't get one stop.
He's a big part of the problem.
Watch the highlights. The defense
I've watched the
couldn't get
game
one stop.
3 times, bro.
Couldn't get a stop. How are you
Dude.
going to win?
The
But the-
Packers would score in 4 plays. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
and guess what?
Wicks
Dak
and Reed
Prescott
were
would
wide
throw
open.
picks.
10-yard separation.
Yeah, but still,
Okay,
your
we need
defense
to
has
get
to
to
come
the
back.
AFC North here, but I'm
Jordan
gonna
Love was having target practice out there. That's how easy it was for him.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
He
It
was having
what
target practice out there, AJ.
let's
it's
see.
look at his career stats against the Packers. Go
Oh,
up
it's
some.
abysmal.
Okay, I'm gonna point this out. Then we're gonna start with the Cleveland Browns here, but I'm just gonna point this out. 2
He
interceptions.
threw for 403 yards.
Also threw a pick 6 and another interception as well.
Still, he threw for 400 yards. How did he underapprove?
It's so. This entire argument is discussing the fact that he should be getting more money, right?
Yes.
I guess this is more about the fact that I don't think he necessarily earns it. I think he does a decent enough job. And currently, the contract that he has is for 4 years, he gets $160 million for.
Yeah.
When it comes to this, I honestly feel in general with this premise, and this just might be the inner, I don't know, the libertarian or something like that. I honestly feel like the entirety of NFL with these players making this huge tantrum of earning all of this money is absolute bullshit because of how much money they earn in general.
Yeah, I'm
That's
also
just
gonna
how the
point
market
this out
And
that it
them
took-
throwing a tantrum, they don't get an extra $10 million or something like that. It seems like they're a child.
No, well,
I
that's
get they
the market.
understand.
The market dictates what they
Yeah.
get paid. They don't
That's just how
individually
the
demand what
market
they get
is.
paid. The market, the market's the market, and people are
Right.
going to want to be paid the most at their position,
Right.
and that's how you find out what you're worth. Because
Yep.
if you demand the like AJ Brown or like CD Lamb has more than earned it, so it's not
Right.
like. And Dak Prescott, like he, in my opinion, the only reason why Dallas shouldn't pay him is because it's just not working. It's not working in Dallas. It's just not. He should go somewhere else because I think he would thrive somewhere different. I really do. I think it'd be better for his career. I think he might even see a Super Bowl ring at some point in his life if he just left Dallas. As an Eagles fan, I want him to stay in Dallas because Dallas sucks and he's part of the reason that they suck. So I would love for him to stick in Dallas. But if, in my opinion, for his career, it makes far more sense just for him to go somewhere like I've said it a lot of times. I think Las Vegas would be great because their expectations are very low and their organization has money to throw around. Pay Dak
Well, their
Prescott. You got
organization is
Devontae
still
Adams.
better than Dallas.
Well,
Have you seen that roster?
yeah, but the expectations are far less, and Prescott is
Oh,
a good
that's
enough
fair.
quarterback, and he's got Devontae Adams to throw to, and Jabari Parker, Jabari Parker.
He still
It-
has way more weapons in Dallas, and Devontae, as much as I love him, is getting much older, and he's a bit slower.
Well, he's still good, and I think if he had a good quarterback throwing to him, that'd be a good like. And the Raiders have a good defense, so having Prescott would like like signing a handful of free agents and kind of building around Prescott and Adams. Like I think that'd be good because their defense is already pretty solid. They don't need to fuck with that all too much. Just improve your offense a little bit. Get a quarterback like Prescott who can throw the ball. You got then they're contenders. I really believe that. But we need to get to the Cleveland Browns. So for this week, everybody, we have the AFC North. Now we are going to start with Will. So Will, we're going to go through their schedule, and I want you to start because you were the quietest throughout our little Skip Bayless Shannon Sharp debate there. That's how I felt like. It felt like I was watching an episode of Undisputed.
It did.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't like that argument when it comes to it. It just this entire situation of where I see them not feeling like earning enough money from what they did, this just feels like it's like not even first world problem. It's above that. something that I will never care about because at the end of the day, I like the sport. But when already a rich player is complaining that they're not rich enough, it's not my problem. But anyways, Cleveland
So,
Browns.
what, so so for everybody who doesn't know, Will last year had the Cleveland Browns defense for his fantasy team, and he won the whole league. So, Will, first game, Browns at Cowboys. Who do you think's winning that one?
Browns.
Logan.
And
I say the Browns win.
Ian.
Cowboys.
Cowboys? I got Browns. Um
did you just want to say that because that you feel like they're genuinely a better team, or did you just want to say that just to have a different opinion?
it's in Cleveland, and I think Dallas's offense they don't have a good offensive line no more, and they're going against one of the best defenses in the league. I think it's going to get ugly. I mean, in the sense of like Dallas is going to get beat up on, but it's not going to be a blowout or anything like that.
I just don't think Dallas plays good against the Browns. So reason.
Yeah.
The
I
Browns did not play well early in the season. That's why I have Dallas.
Ian is right about that.
They're gonna be taking
Browns did not
walk
play
in the
well.
dog pound. All right, Will, Jaguars or Browns?
Browns.
Is it a home or away game?
It's
Away.
It's away. I hate to say this, but I'm going to go with the Jaguars.
All right,
I say Browns.
Ian.
Browns.
Okay, so everybody keep track of what their record is right now.
So Will has them 1-1. Me and Ian has them 1-1, and me and you have 2-0, right?
Yeah, I've got I have them beating Jacksonville.
So me and AJ have 2-0, and Ian and Will have 1-1.
Okay,
Logan, are you just going to be the record keeper?
Yeah, I can.
All right, and then
Okay,
the
cool.
next three, I've got them winning the next three.
Same.
Same.
Yep. Next.
Yeah,
three,
these two are pissy.
So
This is a tough
Oh
one.
boy, this is one of our games, by the way, that's in Kelly Green.
So me and you, AJ, have going 5-0, or yeah,
I think-
5-0, and
Yes,
Will and Ian have them at 4-1.
I think the Eagles win this next
I
one.
say they lose one of those games.
I think they
I
lose.
say
to-
Eagles.
Yeah, I think Philly wins this one. A, it's at the link. Two, the Eagles. Like we have our offense with Saquon Barkley. It's going to be hard for defenses to go up against, and I think that if the Eagles are at full force, which it very much appears as though they are that way, Kellen Moore's offense. I mean, he made Kenny Pickett. He didn't do the greatest, but he made it was very clear that Kenny Pickett was comfortable with what Kellen Moore was doing, and like a lot of his mistakes just came from the fact that he's just not a great quarterback. So like I think, in all honesty, I'm very excited as an Eagles fan about how Philly's going to do this year. And I think at the link, I think we will beat the Browns. I think it'll be by like a field goal or something, though.
Yeah, I say.
I think it's going to be a close. I think it's going to be a close game in general, but I've kind of taken a grain of salt against the Browns with them putting the guy that keeps his hands to himself over the guy that likes to throw interceptions. So, but I would rather go with the Eagles than the Browns, but that's going to be a hell of a game.
I say Eagles.
All right, and then Ian, what'd you say? You say Eagles?
I think the Eagles win that. It's
close game.
At the link in October. The Eagles typically play very well in October. And I think the Philadelphia defense is significantly improved, and I do not have confidence in Deshaun Watson to get back to to get even close to his form that he was before his suspension.
I'll say this: I think he throws 2 picks against that new Eagles secondary. Quinyon Mitchell fucking killed it in preseason, and granted, it was against backups. But Quinyon Mitchell, absolutely, like he's proven to me throughout that first preseason game so far, he understands Fangio's defense well, and he's also just very smart. So I'm very excited to see him play. Now up next, got ourselves a rivalry game. Bengals and Browns. They play twice.
Oh yeah, Will's first. Sorry.
Yeah, well, you go first. Who's winning, Bengals or Browns? By the way, real quick, we're going to assume Joe Burrow and the Bengals are at full force and healthy. And same with the Browns, same with every team. Let's not assume injuries. Assume they're at full force. Who's winning this one?
Despite the fact that they like David and Juju in their defense, I still gotta go with the Bengals. I just feel like the Bengals are gonna have much better weapons versus the Browns.
Even though it's
I
at the
feel like
dog pound?
yeah, I know running game it might be difficult, but I think Zach Moss and Chase Brown are both two very good players that the Bengals have. I think their wide receivers are really good as well. And I think Joe Burrow, as long as he stays healthy, is going to be a formidable foe. And I just don't think the offense on the Browns could keep up with it, even though I like them. So
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I say the Browns win.
all right, Ian.
I say it's a split.
I'm going with the Browns there. The Bengals play horribly against the Browns. They play especially terrible in Cleveland. I think last year they lost there like 31-13, and that was with Joe Burrow playing in that same game there in Cleveland. Um, and I say give me the Browns by 10.
All right,
Yeah.
I got Ravens.
Ravens.
Oh, sorry,
I got
picked the Browns also to win that last one. Sorry, I've got them with only one loss. I think the Ravens win this one though.
Yep, Ravens with that.
Damn.
I beg to differ. I'm going to say the
Browns
Browns
win?
on this one. Yeah, because
Okay. Yeah, with
a lot. Well,
it
remember
could be
the
a
fact that
split.
yeah,
All right.
it's
Sorry. Wait. Okay, we're gonna go to the next one. But Will, you got the Browns, and you think it's because their defense is gonna shock the offense. What I was getting, right?
essentially. I think it'd be a similar situation to when they had that matchup. The Browns ended up winning by a field goal. So
All right. Then Chargers and Browns. I think we all got the Browns win on this one.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
Yep.
All right. And the Saints got the Browns winning it across the board.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Might have
Saints
Spencer
would be
Rattler
one of the
starting by
worst
that time
teams.
too. That's a bad situation for the Saints.
Yes.
The Saints
Okay.
are going to be one of the worst teams. Hot take.
Yeah. So here's what the next one's complicated because there could be two quarterbacks playing. Now, here's my hot take. I think it doesn't matter who the fuck starts. The Steelers suck. So the Browns win both of them.
Yes.
yeah.
The Browns win that one in Cleveland.
All right. And then the Broncos. Hot take. The Browns win. The Broncos suck.
I'm
Wow,
gonna
that's
go
such a hot
upset.
take.
I'm gonna go upset. Broncos win.
What?
Yep. There's gonna have to be an upset happen.
No. That's
Bo Nix played well, and
against
the Broncos could be playing for nothing.
ups.
The Browns have to get upset at one point. They only have 2 losses right now.
Yeah, maybe the Steelers, not the fucking Broncos, dude.
I feel like you're kind of undervaluing the Broncos. Bo Nix could do something good.
It's in Denver. That's why I say upset, AJ.
I actually want to agree with Logan on this one.
All right, I got the Browns winning this one. I've only got them losing.
I am also going with Denver. I think they're going to hit their stride at this point in the year. Young team. I think they're going to start hitting their stride at this point, like they did last year.
All right,
this point in the season, I got confidence in Sean Payton winning this one in Denver.
All right.
The Browns suck. We had AJ. You only have 2 right now.
Yeah, I know. Okay, on to the next one. Browns at Pittsburgh. Hot take. I have the Browns winning this one.
Wow, such a hot take.
I
Wow,
know.
that's so controversial, AJ. It's so controversial. I might have to agree with you.
Logan.
Yeah, for the Steelers. Steelers won.
Browns sweep.
Yes.
Okay, Ian.
I've got the Steelers winning this one. It's in Pittsburgh. The Steelers play very well in Pittsburgh, especially later in the season. Um, this is where they hit their stride in the year, hence why Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season. Um, I don't see this one going any different with how that Pittsburgh defense is too. So,
All right, this next one, this is right as the Chiefs get their like they get fucked. Like this is right before that happens. I've got the Chiefs winning this one because then they go on they lose those
Me
next two.
too.
Wait, no,
Is
sorry.
it
Browns winning this one. We did the talk. Okay, I have to pick the Browns because when we picked this one, I had the Chiefs losing to the Browns. I just remembered, so I'm picking the Browns.
I'm gonna ignore that. I have my question of, is it at Arrowhead or is it in Cleveland?
it's in
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Browns win.
I say Chiefs.
Um, this game is sandwiched at a very difficult point in the schedule for the Chiefs in terms of travel and the teams that they play. Um, this is yeah, very difficult spot. A cold, snowy game in Cleveland. Great defense for the Browns. Top five defense, obviously. Yeah, I got the Browns winning that game.
All right. Then so up next we got the Browns and Bengals. I got the Bengals winning this one.
Same.
Their third loss. And actually, I'm just gonna throw this out there right now. I've got them losing their last three games.
That
No,
one
oh,
there,
I have them. I have them beating the Dolphins in December in the cold. AJ. And the Dolphins don't play good in the cold.
I don't know. I feel like I feel like the Dolphins are gonna be a different beast this year. Will, thoughts on their last three games?
Uh, I think the I think the bang or I think the Bengals sweep. I think the Browns beat the Dolphins, which is sad to say, but I just don't feel like they're gonna win. And I think the Ravens beat the Browns. So I think they go 2-1 or 1-2. So
All right. Logan, their last three games.
I have them losing to the Bengals and then beating the Dolphins and then losing to the Ravens.
All right, Ian.
they lose to the Bengals. They beat the Dolphins because of Miami's issue in cold weather, specifically Tua's issue in cold weather, especially against an elite defense. And then I have them losing to the Ravens, so they get swept by the Ravens. And I believe I have them finishing now at either they're 10-7, I believe.
Yeah, I've got them losing six games.
I have them 10-7. Yeah.
Yeah, I got them 11-6. Will.
Logan, what was my count? Help, help.
I think you had them 11-6, I think.
All right, so we've got
11-6, I think.
all right. Then as a group collective, we'll say 11-6 as what they go as because that seems to be the generality.
10-7.
All right. Well, no, like 10, but it's like most of us have. So we'll assume Ian's personal is 10 wins. Most of us have them at 11. So now we got Pittsburgh. So week one they're at Atlanta. Now we're going to assume for argument's sake that Russell Wilson's going to be the starting quarterback. I've got them beating the Falcons.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Logan.
Yeah, I say they beat the Falcons.
Ian.
Falcons win that one. I think Kirk is a really nice game week one. Kirk plays great in September.
Fair enough. All right, Steelers Broncos Russell Wilson revenge game. I got the Steelers.
Yeah, I have got the Steelers. That is a
Yep.
difficult point for Denver, considering how young they are. Rookie quarterback. They're going to have a really good defense against with Pittsburgh. So yeah, that's a win for the Steelers.
Logan said yes. Ian said yes.
You're taking the words from my mouth, by the way, Ian. So
Will,
I'm
said
I'm
yes?
I'm agreeing with everyone here.
All right. So next one, I got the Chargers beating the Steelers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chargers get a win.
Ian.
I'm going Chargers.
All right. Colts Steelers. I've got the Colts actually in this one.
The Colts.
Colts.
I said the Colts.
I've got the Steelers winning this one. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I think the Steelers defense wins it.
Up next, honest to God, I'm struggling with this one. Will go first. Will. Cowboys or Steelers? Keep in mind it's in Pittsburgh.
Dallas. That's it.
I'm gonna say the Steelers with this one because I still feel like by this point Dallas is gonna be struggling a little bit, just with all of the action, quote unquote, that's happening over there and drama.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Ian.
They lose. I'm going Dallas.
Logan, you said Dallas.
Yeah.
I've got Pittsburgh because it's on the road for Dallas. They don't play well on the road. And I think Pittsburgh's got a decent enough defense, and I think if their offense can just put up a decent enough showing, then I think they'll narrowly win that one in Pittsburgh. And then up next, Steelers Raiders. I've got the Steelers in that one. Will?
I also
Steelers.
have the Steelers. This is not going to be a pretty game offensively on either side. It's going to be quite bad, I think. Big problems I think there for the Raiders offensively, considering that Steelers defense.
Logan.
He said Steelers.
Okay. Will.
Also Steelers.
All right.
The Steelers are stealing this one.
All right. Jets Steelers. I've got the Steelers. Will.
Jets.
I didn't realize your name was Will Logan.
Big glitch.
Yes, I do.
Big glitch. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I up until now I hadn't heard a damn thing Logan said. So Logan said Jets. Will, what do you say?
I'm gonna say the Jets with this one. I just feel like Jets have a better defense compared to the Steelers, and I feel like as long as Aaron Rodgers doesn't break his Achilles heel again or something like that.
All right, Ian.
I am also going with the Jets here. There's two really good defenses there, but the Jets defense is better, and then the Jets offense will be more than enough to just get them over the top to win that game.
Yeah.
I don't know why
it won't be a high scoring game,
No,
but I
not
feel
at
like
all.
the Jets will take it.
Right.
Sorry, I don't know why the screen wasn't moving at all, so I'm gonna wait for it to. Okay, I've got them winning the next two games.
Let me see.
Giants
Yeah.
and
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
All
then they
right.
win those next two.
Yep. Agreed.
then they lose their next two.
Yes.
Yeah.
And actually their next
I think they lose their next four.
I agree actually. Will?
Actually, I want to say
Maybe
They have one-
maybe they upset the Bengals. Maybe.
I want to say they have a one upset, and that's the Ravens. They start at a high note, and then their asses kicked 3 times in a row.
Okay. I have them losing Ravens and then the Browns and then the Bengals, but they beat the Browns at home. I'm
All
gonna
right.
switch my pick.
Philly at the link. Eagles, not even close.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make a
Eagles.
controversial opinion. I think they're losing all 4 of their next games.
I actually agree with that. That's not controversial whatsoever. I'm about to mute you for a while. If you say the Eagles lose this one, Will, I will mute
Oh
you.
no. I have full confidence the Eagles are going to do really well this year. So I have nothing against them.
I say they beat the Eagles. They lose the Ravens. They lose to the
Oh
Chiefs.
no, look at that. Logan's
They
muted.
beat the Bengals. Because I have them splitting.
Look at
I
that.
think.
He's been muted. He thinks
I
the Eagles are
I
gonna
don't.
lose
And
at home.
I say they're 8-9.
Silly Logan. The Eagles aren't losing.
Can you please
I
unmute
think
him for the sake of
that
a
He has to unmute himself.
they
I
will
said
beat.
they'll lose to the Eagles.
I thought you
I
said
only said they'll beat the Bank. No, they'll lose to the Eagles.
Okay. Ian,
There's no
last
way
score.
that the
They'll beat the Giants and Commanders, and then I think that they will beat the Browns at home, and they will lose the rest, finishing 7-10.
I've got them losing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 games. Or they're losing 10 games.
7-10.
Yep. That's probably last in the division. Will, that sound about right
huh?
to you?
That sounds about right to me.
All right. And then so
I was
7.
gonna put him last in the division anyway, so
All right. Okay. We've got Ravens. We'll start with Ravens Chiefs. You know what? I think the
that's
Ravens
a good
are
game.
gonna win this one by a fucking field goal, and I cannot wait to watch this game. I am actually half debating on whether or not I should get a ticket to go out and watch this game in KC, because this would be fun as hell.
I wish I would, because that's the Saturday or that's Friday night, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
That ticket's probably gonna cost you an arm and a leg, but
I don't give a
still,
fuck. I
no,
want to see that game. Are you shitting me? That sounds awesome.
yeah. Well,
Opening revenge for the AFC championship game, like, oh, that'd be awesome because the Chiefs do not have a good record of winning revenge games. So I've got the Ravens winning that one narrowly. Logan,
I say Ravens win by a field goal.
Will,
uh, same. Ravens win by a field goal.
Ian.
I think the Chiefs lose week 1. I believe that would be for the third year in a row actually losing week 1. Top 5 defense, top 5 offense, and the best kicker in the history of football. Ravens win that one by a field goal too.
There we go. All right, and then I've got them winning their next two.
Yeah.
I say, yeah, they beat the Raiders, and I say that they beat Dallas.
I don't think Dallas is even in the same league as Baltimore.
Yeah, no, they are not. No,
So, and then the Bills, that'll be a fun one to watch, but I got the Ravens winning that one by a touchdown.
I I think, yeah. I just don't think there's enough decent guys on the Bills. Sorry, Mr. Chair. I gotta
All
say
right,
that.
Logan.
Yeah, I have them beating the Bills.
Ian.
Yeah, but I think they beat the Bills. That's quite early in the season. There, the Bills are still going to be getting used to things offensively with a reshaped and younger and not as talented wide receiver core. So yeah, I'll go
All right.
Baltimore there on Sunday night.
Up next, I've got the Ravens. I'm just gonna throw this out there. I've got the Ravens splitting with the Bengals. And then I've got them winning their next two. And then I think they'll split with the Browns. No, wait, I have them losing both of the Browns. So I'm gonna have them beat I have them beating the Browns twice. What do you guys got?
I have them. I got they beat the Commanders, or I say they lose the Bengals. They beat Commanders. They beat the Bucks, and I can't remember what I had them doing with. I think I had them splitting.
All right, then Will.
Yeah.
Will Bengals.
I think they'll beat the Bengals. They'll beat the Commanders. I think there will be an upset with the Buccaneers, and I said that they're going to lose against Cleveland.
All right, and then Ian. Quick.
I think that they will lose that one there to the Bengals. They will beat the Commanders, no problem. And then I agree with Will. I'm going with the Buccaneers to upset that one. A good game by Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I love Mayfield. He's my favorite coworker.
Baker Mayfield is my favorite.
And then they beat Broncos next week. That's a no.
Oh fuck yeah! I mean, Broncos. Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Rest in peace for Bo Nix throwing 3 picks in that game.
Yeah. Okay. And then
And they'll beat the Bengals because I had them splitting.
I have them splitting as well.
We had them split.
Yep. They
Well-
beat
Yep.
the Bengals.
Yep.
And then they beat the Steelers, beat the Chargers, and they beat the Eagles.
Correct. I agree with all those.
Yeah.
That Eagles game, I think
Yes.
I think that Eagles game is gonna be the best game of the year. That's gonna be
It
fun
could
as hell to watch. To me-
Actually,
I don't know.
No, I have them. Did we all have them getting the Steelers getting swept?
Yeah, we all did.
Yeah.
I have them getting beat by the Eagles.
Really?
Yeah.
I hope you're right, but I don't because I think the Eagles.
I don't see him. I don't see him on a 5-game winning streak.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Here's what I just don't think I think the Eagles are good, but I think they're going to lose a couple games, and I think that this is one of the games that we will lose because A, it's not at the link, and B, it's against Baltimore, and they're pretty good. So like I think it'll be close. But Ian, what are your thoughts on the?
Yeah, I'm going Baltimore there. I think if it was in Philly, I think I would go with the Eagles then in that case. But it's in Baltimore there in December. Very crucial game, probably with the Ravens at that point competing for the 1 seed in the AFC. They'll be ready to go.
All right, then.
No,
Go ahead.
they beat the Giants, I think.
Yeah, I've got them winning.
What makes you say that?
Two. I've got them winning these two and losing these two.
I have them beating Steelers, losing Texans, and then beating the Browns because
I've got them losing 4 games.
I had it split with the Browns.
Yeah, so I've got them losing 4 games all year. So I've got them going 13-4.
I think they're dropping that last one. I think they might be in a position to possibly set the starters in that last one against Cleveland. If they have the 1 seed all wrapped up, with judging on my record, I think they will. So, but they will lose to Houston too. I'm going 13-4 for the Ravens.
I said split with the Browns. So 13-4.
Yep.
All right. Starting up next with the Pats. I think the Bengals fucking beat the brakes off the Pats.
Yeah.
Hot take. I don't think the Pats score a single touchdown in that game.
No, I say they score once.
I think they score 1.
I say they beat the Patriots and they lose the Chiefs.
No, I actually think they win their first 4 games.
No. It's an Arrowhead. The Chiefs need the win after losing week 1. The Chiefs win.
Joe Burrow is 3-1 at Arrowhead.
Don't matter.
They will beat the Patriots by 20 or more. And then they will lose it to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh fuck, you're gonna make me drink bleach. Uh,
Games. Rattle them off.
they knocked the socks off the Patriots. I think Joe Burrow takes it against the Chiefs.
At
An
Burrowhead.
easy dub at the Commanders. Easy dub with the Panthers. Uh, Questionable, but I think the Ravens beat the Bengals. Giants get their socks knocked off. Uh, Browns take the win. Bengals. Uh, Bengals again. I think Bengals take that one.
Yeah, I got them splitting that one. Okay, well, you're on a roll, so
Char-
let's just have you go.
Chargers have an
We'll
upset,
just since
so
it's
it
the
causes
last
Bengals to
one.
lose. I think Bengals win that one. Fuck the Cowboys. Bengals win that one. I think Tennessee's no reason gonna pop off against the Bengals. They're gonna beat them. I think yeah, I know. I'm working on it. Uh I'll do I'll do the Bengals on that one. I think the Broncos have an upset, and I think the Bengals win their last one.
All right, you know how many games in that whole barrage you had them losing?
I think you
Not
had
a lot.
3 or 4.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
them losing 3 games. He has them tied with the Ravens. All right,
Okay.
Ian, let's have you rattle off the whole schedule. Go.
All right. They are 1-0 beating the Patriots. They are 1-1 losing to Kansas City. They are 2-1 beating Washington. They are 3-1 beating Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. They are 4-1 beating the Ravens. Then they are 6-1 beating the dysfunctional and irrelevant New York Giants.
Hmm.
Then they are 6-2. They are splitting their. They play like absolute shit in Cleveland. I can't emphasize that enough. They cannot win in Cleveland.
Okay, Eagles, Bengals.
They will bounce back um, after a pretty bad or pretty off game there the week before against the Browns, and I think that they will beat the Eagles.
All right, Raiders, Bengals,
Yeah, no problem there. Bengals win.
Ravens,
They will drop that one to the Ravens.
Chargers,
Upset game there in LA. You're traveling across the country. I'm gonna go Chargers.
okay, Steelers,
Bengals.
Cowboys,
Very important game there at that point in the season for the Cowboys' playoff hopes. I think they'll be competing with the Bears there for that
no doubt.
wild card spot.
Oh
They're
yeah.
going to need to win that game. I think they win that game. So
Okay, Bengals, Titans,
Cowboys. I'm going to go with the Titans. Give me that upset.
all right, Bengals, Browns, and you have them winning this one in Cincy.
Yep.
Okay, Broncos, Bengals,
I'll go the Bengals.
Bengals, Steelers.
And I am actually going to go with Pittsburgh in that last week.
All right. So I've got 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 4-1, 5-1, 5-2, 6-2, 7-2, 7-3, 7-4, 8-4, 9-4, 10-4, 11-4, 12-4, and 13-4. I've got them tied with
Sounds right.
the Ravens for the 1 seed. I think it'll be interesting this year that this particular division. Now quickly before we sign off for the night, everybody, is there any sleeper picks for this division that you guys have? Because I'm gonna be honest with everybody, I don't have anybody because the only person I wanted to pick was T. Higgins, but even I don't know if he's even gonna stay there, so I don't know what the fuck's gonna go on. So I've got nothing for this particular division. I think a lot of the players on these teams are already kind of recognized as good. So I feel like, I honestly that it's not going to be even like I can't even think of one. So Logan,
I say Zay Flowers.
But I don't think see that's the thing. I don't think he's like a sleeper pick because I think everybody knows him. Like I think he's on a lot of people's draft board.
I still think he's underrated though. I'll just say he's underrated.
Right.
Underrated.
Ian, is Zay Flowers on your draft board? To be honest.
No, he is not. But I actually think Gus Edwards could be a fantasy sleeper.
Yeah.
Gus
Yeah.
Edwards, Chargers.
Well, still, he was previously on the Ravens, and the name is still recognized in this division. So
Okay, so Ian. Will. Fuck me.
you'll get it right eventually. I would say for me, it's got to be Chase Brown. Last year, he was starting to get a little bit of representation from the Bengals. However, this year, with everything kind of swapping over, I think he's going to be trading carries with Zach Moss. And I wasn't going to say Zach Moss because, again, he was already a well-known running back for the Colts. However, now that he was traded, he's going to be RB1 for the Bengals as far as I'm aware of. And they're both going to be a good tag team, I feel. But either of the two, I think, would be good options, but probably not both because I think one's going to be good and the other one's going to get okay amount of points, but not a fantastic amount. So I'd say if you have the option in the later rounds, pick up either of the two.
Fair enough. All right, and then do any of you have any final burning thoughts? Is there any player that is a must draft if you're in the first 3 rounds from this division?
Derrick Henry or Jamar Chase and Lamar, I guess. Lamar.
Ian first. Ian.
I think the Derrick Henry one is very interesting. I'm not sure exactly like how many yards he'll get because it doesn't quite have what he had, 2-3 years ago. But he is the absolute red zone target there running the ball. So I mean, like you could see him like not getting many yards, but having like 2-3 touchdowns a game.
All right. Will.
From this division, I really don't have much. I mean, Derrick Henry is an option. He's a good round 2 pick, I feel, if not a late round 1 pick. If you're in a high picking division like we are, that's it. I would say Jamar Chase, to tell you the truth, is a no go because how hit or miss he is. But that's just me. So.
All right. Well, and then so for next week, everybody, here's what we're gonna do because next week we're gonna have a pre-draft special. So we're gonna go through kind of how we handle drafts, kind of talk about some of that, and we're also going to talk about the finale of our fantasy baseball because we'll be going into because we will not do a show the week of the draft. We will we might record the draft. I'll ask everybody if we can. But next week we'll do our pre-draft special and we'll talk about the conclusion or the winding down of the fantasy baseball season. And we'll have Ian next week pick his playoff bracket live on the episode. So Ian, be ready for that.
One last thought regarding playoffs. This is a bold early prediction, but I do think the Ravens win the Super Bowl. So.
All right. Well, Nick Wright, by the way, this week officially said that he thinks the Bears are going to the Super Bowl. So, Logan, you can. I have that. I posted that clip online. You can suck.
Did he actually say he thinks the Bears?
He literally said the Bears are going to the Super Bowl after watching the first episode of Hard Knocks.
He said.
Or did he say could?
No, he said
he could.
He said that's his prediction. He says Bears, Chiefs win.
Those are
he predicts everyone against the Chiefs and they win, AJ. He can predict the Titans against. He can predict the Titans against the Eagles or something.
Yeah, he will never pick. That's a bold assumption. Nick hates the Eagles. He'll never pick them to go to the Super Bowl. But here's what we'll do. We're gonna sign off for this week. So I've been AJ. This has been Will, Logan, and Ian. We are signing off for the week. We will see you guys next week.